Welcome back, everybody. In our last video we got kind of dark and we talked about a subject being terminal, and we kind of want to change that up a little bit.
And we also said we were going to be introducing some fun stuff along the way also.
Yeah, so today's video is about a trip that we took to Nebraska City, Nebraska, to see the mansion. Oh my God, that was a beautiful mansion.
Yeah.
And you got to stick around to the end because there's a surprise room in the basement that you got to see. But today's video, we're talking about like a road trip that we took, but it's because we created a bucket list. The bucket list of things that we want to accomplish over the next whatever years that we have. In that first video, we kept talking, or I kept saying terminal. I used that word a lot because that was the diagnosis that was given. However,
Not my favorite word.
not your favorite word. Tell them a little bit about what the difference is for you in hearing that word or going through this process.
When you hear the word terminal, you immediately start thinking it's the end, you're going to be gone, you're no longer going to be here for much longer anyway.
Maybe dive into a pity party.
And dive into a pity party, be a little sorry for yourself, think of, well, even though you're here now, well, you have nothing else to offer, nothing else to give. For me, a few years ago, when they gave me the original diagnosis, yes, I was a little down, yes, I was a little depressed, but I had to look past that fact. I was still working, still doing everything I could to keep going, keep moving, keep trying to do what I can.
Yeah.
Because in reality, 3 years ago, whenever I got the diagnosis, I still felt fine. Unfortunately, that's all I got. My testing results that came through back to the doctor's office, I called them numerous times. They never truly gave me any answers, any response, other than I got a thing on my email saying, go look at this, it's my diagnosis. It literally says stage 4 cirrhosis. Here we are now starting up this channel because of the fact that was able to get back to a doctor. They started doing more testing and they still diagnosed me with the stage 4 cirrhosis. A lot of my blood levels, enzymes, everything else are getting to the positive. You may have a terminal diagnosis and or whatever, but if you're gonna let it define you right then and there, that's where you're at. I decided not to do that, keep pushing forward and keep trying where we can. Maybe it'll help somebody eventually. Even just seeing this could change the fact that they're depressed of a diagnosis or something and realize that, hey, I'm 3 years out, and when the doctor literally said it could be the end if I didn't change things drastically immediately.
I loved the part when we went to Dallas to that specialist. I don't remember the name of the specialist, but I know that it was in Dallas. And when we got there, the doctor said, well, you told him we hadn't seen the actual results, and other than was told that it was stage 4. And the doctor literally said, I'm surprised I'm sitting here talking to you now, and you look as good as you do. Whatever it is that you've been doing, keep doing that, because that's working. And that has been kind of like a placebo effect, that sugar pill that even though you were told a diagnosis, you never acted on, I am terminal, and gave up. You kept going, you kept doing life day to day, and that's kind of like what this video is about, how we take trips and do things and put that bucket list together. And we'll put the bucket list in the next video to kind of show the things we want to do and places we want to go and that type of thing. But by keeping that bucket list long and full, it gives purpose. Like every day I've got something else to get up and do, something else to achieve and keep going. Do you see it like that too?
A little bit, yes, but also from the fact that with that last doctor's visit, they gave me a few more pointers that actually are going to be helping me along the way, also along with Michael. The fact that, plain and simple, whenever quitting drinking or an addiction, your body immediately, I've seen it a lot of different times, not only stories I've seen in other areas, but even in myself. I'm getting rid of an addiction, I stopped what I was doing, I curbed that bad behavior basically, but my brain and my body both wanted to subsidize something else in place. So yes, I cut out alcohol immediately from hearing the first original diagnosis.
Just straight up cold turkey.
And it was hard,
Yeah.
but because I went straight cold turkey, wouldn't take Tylenol, wouldn't take any other medications, just because my fear was at that time was that's all, everything processes through your liver eventually.
Yes.
And if you have more medications, if it's not something good for your body, it's going to hurt you in the long run. Talking with the new doctor, they were able to help me, one, with the sugar cravings. Sugar cravings was my biggest one whenever I quit alcohol. I was never a donut person. Yeah, I like my cake, because you can tell. But the fact that I went from alcohol product to wanting sugar all the time, granted, thankfully, they did tell me I'm not diabetic or anything, and my blood sugar is actually in a good standing. But I crave that every single day. I can go eat a dozen donuts just because it's sugar and other things like that. So having to crave that just along with diet, yes, I'm a little bit heavier outside from what the doctors told me, so I have to work on losing a little bit of that to help the fatty part of the liver also.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be going through some of these videos too, a better diet plans, stuff like that.
And we'll share those with you.
Like you said, we'll end up sharing those with everybody too.
The upside to that is we're both chefs. So food and cooking is things that we do all the time. So we kind of had an upper hand on this diet idea, although you can have the idea, it's the willpower and the make it happen part that sometimes gets tricky.
And not eat a bunch of cake and donuts.
Right. So we'll share cooking ideas and things that we can do, meals that we have, beets. Fortunately, we both love beets. We can get a jar of pickled beets and just kill the whole jar. Beets are really good for your liver. But we're getting off track because we're supposed to be jumping in the car and heading to Nebraska to go see this mansion. So let's get to that, and then we'll put the diet and other things in the next video after the bucket list. So keep tuning in. We're happy to share this journey with you, and we'll see you in the next one.
And the following ones after that.
Yeah. Important first step of a road trip. Gas her up, baby, gas her up. You know what you need for a road trip? Shades. Alright, let's do this thing. Okay, North, let's go. What's up? Okay, so we already got fuel. And aside from getting something to eat, what is a very essential piece to a road trip? Drinks. Well, that we get when we go to eat. Music. No. Well, yeah, sort of music. Hey, working at the car wash, baby. Good Lord. What? All these pretty colors and the water splashing around makes me think of Kermit the Frog's Rainbow Connection. How cool is that?
Why are there so many songs about the rainbow? And what's on the other side?
Oh yeah, baby. Now we're squeaky clean. About ready to get on the road? This is the part I hate about Texas. Like, the on-ramps are like crazy. You jump in, you gotta just kind of catch up to speed, and then jump in line.
Granted, today there's not really all that much traffic, so it doesn't really look like it.
Yeah, well, wait till we hit the Dallas area, or like we've got to go through Oklahoma and Kansas, so Oklahoma City, that gets crazy.
Bye. See you next time.